Joining me now is Congresswoman Karen Bass, Democrat from California. Congresswoman, thanks for coming on the show tonight. I want to show you something that I find pretty surprising.
Sure.
Despite the poster child for unfairness, Willard Mitt Romney is tied with President Obama in the latest New York Times poll. I'm confused. Why is that?
Well, we'll see, and I don't believe that that's going to last very long. When people understand that Mitt Romney, or Willard as you like to call him, Reverend, he believes that he should function by a different set of rules. He doesn't feel that the rules that the average middle class or working family has to abide by when they pay for taxes applies to him. So investments in the Cayman Islands, everybody knows what the Cayman Islands is about. He even makes fun of people that are unemployed. He thinks it's funny to say that he's been unemployed or that he has a pink slip. I think he is completely insensitive, and to me, as soon as people understand that, and I do believe more and more are getting to understand that every day, we're going to watch the president soar.
Congresswoman, not only his own personal, but let's look at his tax plan, which really gives to the rich and hurts the poor. His plan, this is Willard Mitt Romney's tax plan, $146,000 average tax cut for millionaires, 60% tax increase for households with income below $20,000. So his plan is absolutely for the top 1%, as those that confronted him today in South Carolina was raising to him.
You know, when we are going to elect a president, we want to elect somebody that is going to fight for the middle class, that is going to fight for working families. How could Mitt Romney do that when he has no clue how the middle class lives? If he did understand that, he certainly wouldn't make comments like, well, I made a little bit of money on my speaking fees. $375,000 is what he made on his speaking fees. He talks about the unemployed. He has no idea how the unemployed have to live from paycheck to paycheck.
Now, Congresswoman Bass, you're in the Congress, and I want you to help me with two polls that seem to be contradictory, but understand the politics of the Congress, it may make more sense if you explain it. One poll says that 2/3 of independents say President Obama hasn't done enough on the economy. 63% of independents say President Obama hasn't made real progress in fixing the economy. Yet, despite this, another poll says that more Americans blame the Bush administration for the situation we're currently in. 43% say they blame the Bush administration, only 14%. Could it be that most Americans or most independents feel enough has not been done, but most Americans understand that the president has inherited a bad hand and has had a Congress that has really been more obstructionist than anything else?
Well, I think that's absolutely the case, which is why I think it's going to be great the day after the State of the Union that the president is going to hit the road, because I think the accomplishments of his presidency have really been amazing. Now, it's true, the jobless rate certainly needs to continue to go down, but you know that it's the lowest that it's been in 4 years, and that we were down 50,000 people in terms of the number of folks that applied for unemployment this time around, first time unemployed. So the economy is getting better, but it's not getting better fast enough. There are still 4 job seekers for every job. So things do need to get better. But could you imagine what it would be if we had been continued in the free fall that the president inherited, where we were losing hundreds of thousands of jobs every month in 2009?
Now, he has to make that case on the road. He has to tell people of these accomplishments. How contentious is it in the Congress between the Tea Party crowd and the right wing of the Republican parties and those, you're a member of the Progressive Caucus. How contentious is it to really try to make something happen? Or can we hope there can be some bipartisan unity around some of the issues that Americans really care about?
Well, first of all, the unemployment insurance is going to run out. The deal that was made at the end of last year is going to run out at the end of February. So we absolutely have to come to an agreement. Now, it's interesting you asked about the Tea Party because, you know, the Republicans are in their caucus this weekend, and it's going to be interesting to see if whether or not the Tea Party members continue to have a block within the Republican Party. But to talk about a party that hasn't a clue about the unemployed, you know, 84% of people that are unemployed have at least a high school diploma. And one of the requirements that they want to put on an individual's seeking unemployment is that they go and receive courses for GEDs. What we're really trying to do in my office and in Congress is to put the true face of the unemployed out for the public, because I think that the Republicans are painting a picture as though an unemployment check is a disincentive for somebody to go out and find a job, when an unemployment check can barely feed you and pay your rent. So I think that we have to come to a conclusion at the end of February, and I'm certainly hoping that my Republican colleagues would have learned from the mistakes that they made in December and not repeat them.
Congresswoman Karen Bass, thank you for coming on the show tonight. Good to see you.